Economy economy's growing, but yet people are afraid about their jobs. There's globalization, wages haven't kept pace. Usually in times of economic difficulties or economic uncertainty, which might be this time, has been in the past when immigration has surged to the forefront as an issue.
Yeah, I mean, you see it in the surveys we've done, the general population, that economic issues, and it's a very interesting paradox. People say they're worried about immigrants taking jobs, and in response to other questions, they say they take jobs that Americans don't want. They're worried about security and terrorism as part of this. And there's, immigration has always fed into sort of larger anxieties about America's place in the world. And in a time of war and sort of the lingering threat of terrorism, it generates a sense of insecurity that finds a focus on these policies, and in particular the sense of a border out of control, which is one of the things that seems to resonate a great deal.
Yeah, I would add that in our part of the country, Chicago itself is an anomaly, as are a lot of the other major cities where there's where people have more exposure to immigrants in their daily lives. There seems to be more tolerance. But I think there's also a greater anxiety that we notice that's a cultural anxiety and a question of Mexican immigration, unlike previous waves, because of technology and proximity, is different in that people go back and forth, and the numbers obviously are different than in the past. You can hear on a lot of talk radio, especially conservative talk radio, about people concerned that Latinos, unlike previous immigrants, will not be socialized in the American system, that will want to remake the United States on their own terms, on our own terms.
Immigration touches a bunch of different buttons, and it's a different mixture of buttons and different people, but one of the buttons is this cultural anxiety and the sense of threat to American values. But curiously, when you ask people about immigrants in particular, and not about immigration, but about your experience of immigrants, they have the opinions are actually now in the polls higher than they ever have been in terms of for Latin American immigrants for being hardworking, for having family values, for the perceptions that Latino immigrants raise the threat of crime is deep.
I think that one of the things we've seen is the marches themselves, besides dramatizing the situation of immigrants and helping Democrats maybe find their spine to go for a moderate solution, and some Republicans, also has had another effect of galvanizing the most radical anti-immigrant forces. And I think we've seen that as well. So that's fed the anxiety. And ironically now, the anxiety is on the immigrant side. We've been seeing rumors based on fear of supposed government actions taking place all over the country in the last few days.
The problem here is that the Congress is as divided as the American people are, and they're trying to find a compromise solution which enough people can get on board to pass, but which will probably not make anybody completely happy. And that's always a difficult political formula.
One of the ironies in a compromise solution, though, asking people who've been here a certain amount of time to step out of the country to go get permission to come back in, is that really workable? And
yeah,
that's the moderate position.
Yeah, I mean, this is, the compromise was, on the one hand, you had let everybody get legalized, let nobody get legalized, so the idea was, all right, so we'll let some people get legalized, and the dividing line will be how long you've been here. And if you've been here less than 5 years, but more than 2 years, for those of you who aren't familiar with this kind of contraption, you would do a touchback, which is sort of like backyard freeze tag kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, you sort of go back to your country of origin for a moment and then come back in and apply for guest worker status. It would seem this is an invitation en masse for people just to produce documents that say how long they've been. You can set the limit wherever. And people will produce documents that say they've been here that long. I mean, basically. I mean, let's be honest. It attempts to reflect some of the truth of migration, that people who've been here shorter tend to have less ties and still be thinking more about going back eventually.
Yeah, I wonder if it'll actually diffuse the anger and the cultural anxiety behind all of this, because a lot of the fiercest proponents of the House measure, of the law enforcement measure, are very plain. They want the illegal immigrants here to be kicked out of the country. But obviously, that's really not going to happen.
No.
And another thing that, because people are probably just not going to go, and another thing that we are concerned about is something we haven't seen, at least in big cities, in a long time on this issue, is local police taking enforcement into their own hands and helping the federal government try to police this issue by bringing in illegal, undocumented workers. In big cities like Chicago and Los Angeles, the local police departments were very concerned with getting witnesses and solving crimes and doing community policing. For a long time, they've made the decision, that's a federal problem, we're not going to deal with that. We're not going to ask somebody if they're legal or here legally or not. And I think we can see some of that changing already.
In some ways, regardless of what happens in Washington, we're at the end of an era of 10 or 15 years where it was not, if you had the money and the will and you survived the desert, it wasn't that hard to get into this country. And once you were in, you had pretty good chances of being able to work and live here without anybody bothering you. I think that period may well be over. I mean, one of the things that is almost certain to pass, regardless of all the other compromises, is language that gives local law enforcement greater authority and even encouragement to enforce immigration law. And given the politics of this issue, there are a lot of local elected officials around the country in law enforcement who, given circumstances of a county election or even a city election, may decide that it's a good thing to go round up a bunch of day workers, round up a bunch of people at a Walmart, and it won't take, given those rumors we were talking about, if it actually happens a few times, you'll change the tenor of life here.
The Democrats seem to be divided on this issue very much as well.
Yeah, this is not a red-blue issue, and both party coalitions have splits in them. Among the Republicans, you've got a very vivid split between the restrictionists on one side and the sort of corporate Republicans who take a more pro-business point of view. I mean, the Wall Street Journal editorial page is sort of the versus Lou Dobbs are on polar opposites of this issue. And among Democrats, too, you've got liberals who favor very open, generous legalization programs, and some more centrist, more of the traditional industrial state Democrats that have greater concerns about job competition. And then the wild card in all this for the Democrats is the African American vote.
Nationally, in Chicago and nationally, it seems that African American leaders are sort of sitting this one out, or ambivalent, reflecting the ambivalence of many blacks about this issue.